This will be actually our Madden franchise series. I know I put up a few videos of the Atlanta Falcons. That was when the game first started. You know, there wasn't really a lot of sliders out. I didn't really know what team I wanted to do. Now I have decided on a team. I want to take over the Houston Texans. You know, they had a lot of change as of recently. One example being Bill O'Brien being fired. That's actually the prime example. Now, today, IRL, they won against Jacksonville. But we are starting here from week 5. It is week 5 as I'm recording this. It's actually the Seahawks-Vikings game that's going on right now. Hang on one second. Just need to step in. So we are starting in week 5 here against Jacksonville. We'll see if we can get our first win of the season like they did in real life. It's not going to be based off in real life. It just gave me the idea after Bill O'Brien was fired, things like that. I went to the standings for a reason. So yeah, as you can see, we are started around week 5. So basically what I'm saying is the NFL standings are as realistic as possible. Steelers, Titans only playing 3 games because, yeah, Rams, Bears, etc. All of these people, all the standings are as of week 4. Perfect. Jets, Giants, Texans, Falcons, same draft order. Everything like that. Also, the stats should be aligned, if I am correct. Stats should be about the same. The team that I just want to check on for stats to make sure. Yeah, alright, cool. All the stats are basically aligned, so that's a big thing I do want to go over. I will show sliders and everything at the end. First, let's go over our team, and it's gonna be we'll start with our roster. First, let's go over our teams. If we take a look, we do have 2 QBs on the roster. We do have Deshaun Watson, who his new contract is in the game, the 3-year man out of Clemson. He's in his 4th season. Do over 4,000 yards once. 26 touchdowns, 12 picks last year, 26 and 9. Hasn't thrown for over 26 touchdowns. Now he is without DeAndre Hopkins, where he is still playing some pretty good football. He's been sacked a lot, though, over his career so far. I mean, this year he's thrown a solid game over the 4 years. I look forward to using Deshaun Watson, keeping him around long. Crap, what's his contract like again? Let's not remove him as captain. That's actually what I want to see. Yeah, he's locked up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's locked up for 6 more years. It really hits hard in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Which kind of sucks. But he is a future quarterback. At least we don't have to worry about paying him. Next, we have AJ McCarron, who hasn't really done anything since 2015. He's a decent backup to have. He's 29. His ratings aren't terrible for a backup, but hopefully we won't really ever have to use AJ McCarron. Now, taking a look at the running back, first off, we do have Duke Johnson Jr., who is going to probably be our starting receiving back over anything. I mean, solid speed, he can kind of break tackle, he has good excel, he can change direction, and he can most certainly catch. I do believe, actually, that is what he has been used for over his career. Yes, he has. I knew that. He's been used the majority of his career as receiving back. This is where we are going to use him here, because Bill O'Brien decided to trade DeAndre Hopkins for David frickin' Johnson. When 1,000 yard season, I mean, he had that one breakout year in 2016. Then after that, he's just been injury played. When he's healthy, he's not bad. He's like a 2018 healthy, 940 carries, 7 touchdowns. Once again, 50, 446, and 3. So it's not like David Johnson is going to be a downgrade. But I'd much rather have DeAndre Hopkins on my team than David Johnson. But anyways, David Johnson's probably going to be running back 1, rotating in with Duke Johnson. We could even see a little bit of CJ Procise now. I might add a running back a little bit later on. That's how I feel. I am kind of a fan of CJ Procise. Not really, but I am a little bit. And he can kind of catch the football, which is good news. Hasn't really been able to stay healthy, though. Cullen Gillespie is the fullback. I mean, nothing really much to say. outside of he's a solid blocker. I'm pretty sure. I didn't even check to see if he was a solid blocker. Should probably do that. He can lead block, that's about it. As for wide receivers, we do have Brandon Cooks as probably the prime target here in Houston. I know in real life he kind of is the prime target. Kind of isn't, but he kind of is. Like I said, I don't know how I want to use this wide receiving core yet. I was even debating about going out and acquiring. I have about 3 targets on my mind for wide receivers. Depending on how this week 5 game goes. So far he hasn't really done much this year, but that is what it is. Will Fuller is in a contract year. So far he has 18 for 274 and 2 touchdowns alone this year. Has never had 1,000 yards, but then again he has been shadowed behind DeAndre Hopkins in the games that he has played this season. He has kind of turned up 200-yard games. So we'll see how he is as the number one. As the number 1 target, assuming he is the number 1 target for us, if he can work open, as this is the final year of his deal. I meant to take a look at Brandon Cook's contract as well, and I want to go back and take a look at each of their contracts too. Brandon Cooks is locked up for another 4 years as well. Before I take a look, because I want to get most of our contracts all scouted at and look. Duke Johnson has 2 more years locked up. He could honestly be a cut candidate after this year also. And then David Johnson, it'd be stupid to cut him just because of everything, but like I said, we'll see how everything is after this year and see, regress, progress, everything like that. Kenny Stills. So we never had a 1,000-yard season before, but it's a solid option here at 6'1". He is due for a new contract this year. Hopefully he can earn it. We shall see. Randall Cobb is also here, the 9-year man out of Kentucky. One of the better Packer wide receivers. I mean, he had that big year in 2014. After that, he kind of did have a fall off. But then he kind of had that resurgence last year in Dallas. Looking to make that comeback here this year. I mean, we'll see. He gives us more of a true slot option behind everyone. But we shall see. Kiki Kute, or I added him to the trade block, which I don't know, that's fine. Kiki Kate, that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I think that's how I pronounce it in real life. Once again, I'm a Giants fan, in case you didn't know. So, I'm more familiar with the Giants. He did have a rushing touchdown last year. Former, what's it called? He didn't play for anyone else. I'm stupid, he was drafted here. And then we have the rookie Isaiah Coulter from Rhode Island, who I don't think has done anything yet, but his 6'2" frame definitely has stuff to work with. Taking a look, he hasn't done anything this year. Nice. These guys are... What kind of contract did Randall Cobb sign that he's getting paid a lot of money? Signed a massive 3-year deal. Nice. Alright, cool. As for the tight ends, we have Darren Fells, a big 6'7", 270 body. He's probably more of a blocker. I mean, he did have that 7 touchdown year last year. See how he is this year. We do also have Jordan Akins, who has stepped up to be one of the better tight ends IRL. I know that. Probably, honestly, am gonna play Darren. Probably I'm gonna play. I don't know how I'm gonna do the both of them yet. We'll see. Jordan Akins is a big guy. He has 14 catches for 168 yards and 1 touchdown this year. I mean, he is a pretty solid tight end. If you take a look at Darren Fells so far this year, I mean, 6 for 63 and a touchdown. IRL, they're giving Akins more. Probably will give it over to Akins over Fells. I do want to work Fells in there though. We also have Collie Waring. I don't think he done anything right now. Akins is still on a rookie deal. I don't know how much Fells is getting paid or how much he has left. He has 2 years left. Then we do have Pharaoh Brown, who used to be a wide receiver. I'm actually pretty sure. As for the O-line, we do have Laremy Tunsil. There's some players that I do want to cut. Once we get through this team, I'll make all the cuts. We'll make some signings. Laremy Tunsil, probably one of the best tackles in the NFL. He's getting paid like it too, so he better be. Roderick Johnson, as well as the rookie Charlie Hack from North Carolina. As for the O-line, we do have Max Sharping, the former 2nd-round pick last year. as well as Sionio Calamete from Washington. He's getting paid a decent amount, but I believe he's on a winning deal. Nick Martin's also here as well, Zach Fulton, and Titus Howard, and Brent Quall. No one here is healthy, therefore I am going to make a cut. Charlie Heck is just going to go on my practice squad, so not even going to be a cut. I do want to open up a spot just for a backup center, at least. Taking a look now at this D-line, J.J. Watt, 100% the best end on this team. I mean, he's had 220 sack seasons. Had a down year last year, but then again, he also got hurt last year, so I wouldn't even call that a down year. I mean, the games that he did play was really, really good, and obviously, he's still on a 2-year deal. P.O. Hall, a nice little young body at 6'1", 305, as well as Ross Blacklock from TCU. Also, we have Charles, Omenmahu from Texas. Actually, I do want to quickly see how PJ Hall has done and the other guys. PJ Hall this year is 1.5 sacks, 17. I need to switch around my defense. Completely forgot that this Texas team was built for a 3-4 rather than 4-3, and I kind of ended up taking a 4-3 scheme when I made this team, or when I took over the team. Omenmahu somehow has 3 sacks and 2 tackles. That's a nice stack glitch, but okay. And then Carlos Watkins, a 3-man from Clemson, is what it is. As for defensive tackles, we do have, don't know why we have Gerald McCoy, placing him on IR because he shouldn't even be on the team. He's a free agent. Anyway, so yeah, Xavier Williams, the 5-year man out of Northern Iowa. He has 2 tackles so far this year. And he's probably going to be the starting defense tackle, as well as Brandon Dunn. So you do have 2 defense tackles. Brandon Scarlett, the 27-year-old from Stanford, probably the leading man. He has 71 tackles last year so far. This year, through 4 games, he has 13, as well as Jonathan Greenyer, the rookie from Florida. Probably the heart and soul of this defense outside J.J. Watt. Benardict McKinley, he has 38 tackles so far this year alone through 4 weeks. He's a tackling machine, kind of like what Blake Martinez is. Take a look at his coverage skills. I mean, his speed isn't bad, so his coverage skills is probably a little bit up there compared to other linebackers. Yes, they are. I mean, his zone coverage is pretty good, so for a linebacker, it's pretty good. Someone who does have some pretty good cover skills, and I he has 63, is Zach Cunningham. That's the reason why they run a 3-4-D, because they have 2 good linebackers for it. I meant to take a look at his stats. I do believe McKinney is getting paid. Could be wrong. I believe they locked him up to a new deal. Yeah, he's on a 4-year deal. So I thought. I wasn't really worried about paying him. Zach Cunningham just got a nice contract from them with an extension. Wanted the Giants to get him, but they ended up giving him a 5-year deal. So is what it is. As for Dylan Cole, 26 years old. He, I believe, is also in a contract here. He's a guy who I am a fan of. Definitely could be better. I mean, he's dropped down since his rookie year. Honestly, wasn't even too good his rookie year, though. So, that big of a deal. And yeah, he's in a contract here. I mean, as a 3rd linebacker, is not bad. And then we have Terrell Adams from West Georgia. Whitney Merciless as a solid pass rusher here. Coming off the edge, 6'4". I mean, he had 12 sacks back in 2015. Ever since that, he hasn't really been able to match it, but already has 2 sacks this year. Hopefully, he can reach double digits for us this year. He's in a 4-year deal at the age of 30. He still has 4 years left. See how that is. We do have a key injury here. Duke Ejiofor. I don't know if he hasn't even done anything this year, or if the injury was yeah, it was. And then we do have Jacob Martin backing up the 2-year man out of Temple. Was he undrafted? He was 6th round, yeah. I don't think he has done anything this year. I'm too lazy to check it. Alright, as for corner, Bradley Roby is the star corner here for us. He is indeed playing this season. As I accidentally dropped my ball. He has 17 tackles for this year. No picks. He had 2 last year. Hopefully, he can step it up. He signed a 3-year deal. Or, I don't even know if he signed a 3-year deal, but he has a 3-year deal with the Texans. So he has a 3-year deal with us. Gary Connolly, however, has not done anything this year outside of a pick. So I bet his contract, I mean, he's on a 1-year deal. I bet his stats are glitched, but he has 1 year left on his deal, so it's a contract year there for Gary Connolly. Vernon Hargraves, take a look at him. He already has 16 tackles this year. Nothing else. He's on a cheap 1-year deal. These are two guys, you know. Excuse me. These are two guys at 25 years old could definitely find a home here with us, depending on how they do. Madden Johnson Jr. is another guy, however, he's 24. He had 48 tackles last year. The man from Kentucky probably is gonna have less than that, I presume. Nice. I'm actually gonna cut Phillip Gaines because I'd rather go with the rookie, and I only want to carry 5 corners. So yeah, speaking of that, we're carrying the rookie from Penn State, John Reed. As for the secondary, Eric Murray, the 4-year man out of Nebraska. Take a look at him. He already has 22 tackles last year. Last year he had 33 and a sack, so he's already doing pretty good. He is signed to a 3-year deal. AJ Moore Jr.'s special teams captain. I'm not going to mess with the captains this year. I'm just going to let them be. He has 7 tackles this year. Remember, he has special teams god. Justin Reed is a very, very young corner, the 2-year man at Stanford, who I look forward to playing with on this Texans roster. I mean, he already has 26 tackles. He had 99 last year, along with 2 picks, and the 106 and 3 picks his rookie year. I mean, he's going to be absolutely insane, Justin Reed, to just play and build around. And then Homer Giant and special teams captain Michael Thomas. And you know what? Since we already have special teams captain in Michael Thomas, I don't know why they have 2. AJ Moore, you're 64 overall. I won't mess with you, I don't care. And then yeah, Kaim Fairbairn is the 26-year-old kicker out of UCLA. He has been one of the better kickers in the NFL as of recently. I mean, he had that 88% back in 2018. Aside that, nothing really. Did he make the Pro Bowl that year? No, he didn't. Anyway, as for punter, Brian Anger, the man out of Cal. So far this year, he's down 5 inside the 20. Now, I do want to sign a captain for the offense. I feel like I should give it to an offensive lineman, just because I don't think any offensive lineman has it. Did they actually give it to Nick Martin, or is it just glitch? No, he actually has it. Alright, so now that offensive lineman already has it, take a look at defense. I don't think anyone on defense has it. Bernard McKinley does, if you don't need to. Mason Cole's like... Dylan Cole has it also, though. Okay. I'm gonna win like the majority of the captains here. Alright, cool. So now, I know Deshaun Watson, JJ Watt, Nick Martin. So that's already 3, right? Alright, that's 2 offense. We have 2 offense already. Yeah, we already have 2 offense. Oh, and Michael Thomas too. So that's cool. Alright, well, let's give it to Merciless here. Just because I believe Whitney Merciless deserves it. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that should be 6. I mean, if the game lets me assign another one, I will, but like... Yeah, there you go. There's just a bunch of glitch. So yeah, we're good now. Whitney Merciless deserves that way. Oh, scouting. I thought I imported a local file. I'll do that now. We're gonna go with the 2021 draft class over Bengals. Sorry, Bengal. I just prefer actual kickers. Watch me like have just completely just contradict myself. I believe Hobel is actually the kicker. Yeah, he is. Yeah, alright, cool. I like actual kickers, but I like actual like kick and punters rather than Gene Dengus. As for scouting, the majority of scouting I'll do off stream. That's why I don't really want to get into it, just because if you guys see like the talent and like everything like that, it's kind of just that. What happens if I hit auto generate rookies? Does that like fuck everything up, or do I actually have like the draft class? Yeah, there you go. One thing you will see is just me just scout someone real quick, just so that way the draft class stays. But I'm gonna do all my scouting afterwards. That's right, we have to sign some more people. I know we only have 2 QBs, so I do kind of, most teams just roll 2. We only have 1 running back, high key. They cut Frank Gore. We could sign Frank Gore, just because of the stats. I'm not going to, though. That would honestly not have been a bad deal. Who should we sign? Brian Hill's available. He's actually a very, very interesting guy. Low key. I like Brian Hill a lot, actually. I want to sign a backup center here. Jake Hansen from Oregon. He was a guy who I wanted. He was one of the guys who I wanted the Giants to draft. Sadly, they didn't. Let's see. We're 52 out of 53 now. I'm trying to think. What position needs depth to do? Resign running back. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We already have 6 stat. What position needs depth? D-tackle. Yeah, we can go D-tackle just because there's only two people there. Might as well just make 3, right? Yeah, nice. Nice glitch this is now. Defensive tackle, Sheldon Day's available. What's like what's our scheme? We'll sign Sheldon Day just because age 26. I thought he was fat. I shouldn't say fat. I thought he weighed more, but it is what it is. I like Sheldon Day anyway a lot. I always did out of college anyway. As for schemes, and then I'll show you guys the auto subs and we'll start getting into slider. As for schemes, we're gonna switch back to a 4-3. I'll go with the base 4-3. I mean, 46 defense currently does fit. We'll go back to 4-3D. And as for defense, or not 3-4D, excuse me. Let's go with our regular. We could go 3-4 under or 3-4. Doesn't really matter. Let's go base 3-4. Then as for our 3-4D, let's go with the Titans defense. Loki. It's a pretty nice playbook, I'm pretty sure. As for defense, taking a look at our auto subs. Oh, offense playbook, by the way, is Arizona. Just because that. Here are my auto subs. Explanation: you really don't want to be subbing out QBs as well as O linemen. So they don't get subbed out in game unless they have to, really, or if you bench a QB. But anyway, I feel like 88-92 is going to give us a good rotation, especially because we're already going to have a good rotation between Duke Johnson and David Johnson. I also do want to work in CJ Pro-Sites a little bit. And then now low-key kind of Brian Hill, because I'm a big Brian Hill fan. I'll see how I'll work everything in, you know what I mean? You guys will see in the live stream, and then I'll put more thought into it for week 6 in probably tomorrow's episode. But this should give a good balance to us wide receiver. Luckily, wide receiver core is deep with Randall Cobb and everyone, so should be a good rotation there. And fullback tight end is mainly just for a tight end. The fullback doesn't really get subbed out. These 3 are gonna keep just rotating. These 2, excuse me, are gonna keep rotating just the linemen. Except for like a star one like JJ Watt. Linebacker is still like the main guy, but once the stamina gets low, then yeah, the corners are fine. It's just what I've done over time, and it just constantly works. Take a look at the XP sliders. I just went into Operation Sports for them. Here are the XP sliders. Not really gonna do too much to them. Probably not gonna do anything unless I just feel people are progressing way too fast, and then I'll lower it. And then the only thing I am going to do is adjust the gameplay sliders, based off how I feel, and when Matt 10 does adjust his, because these are Matt 10's current ones. I feel like it does play good. That's supposed to be 52. I feel like it does play good, just sometimes, it might not be the same. Also, he has field goal power in 70. I don't, because I'm not trying to make 50-yard field goals, and I also upped injuries a little bit too, to 20. And then speaking of that, we should see who is currently injured / opted out. Take a look at some injuries. Just Duke Okafor, ACL, Vanderdoes, PCL, and then groin tear for Gerald McCoy. And Gerald McCoy isn't actually on the team. He was auto-assigned. FYI. So I think now, I just want to take a quick look at the depth chart. We'll just auto the depth chart again real quick, just get people even more set up. As for slot corner, it's going to be Vernon Hargreaves. Sub linebacker, McKinney Cunningham. Right defensive tackle, JJ Watt is the defensive tackle up the middle. Alright. Right end, Omanue. Right left end, Whitney Morselis easily. Slot wide out. They're giving it to Randall Cobb over Kenny Stills. Alright. Power halfback. 100% Dave Johnson. Third down back, Duke Johnson. Long snapper, Zach Fulton. Kickoffs. Punt returner, Randall Cobb, 100%. Kick returner, Randall Cobb, 100%. And as for wide receivers, I believe Kenny Stills should be over him, right? Yeah. And then as for tight ends, I am going to go Jordan Ankins over Darren Fells. However, I might work him into certain packages when it comes to the goal line. So let's hop into week 5 now. Up. I mean, look, no idea why right now. It switched back. Yeah, it just like switched off all of my friggin' settings. Should we go now? Killer cap on, everything else on? Yeah. Coach firing on because if we get fired now, it makes for a funner series too. Assuming we don't get fired, that was a terrible throw on Russell Wilson's part. As now we can head back into the game with 10-minute quarters and the right settings, and literally everything is set up to the T. Hopefully. Yes, my head coach's name is Joseph James. He's getting his first career head coaching gig after they fired Bill O'Brien. He's taking over as the head coach and low-key the GM, because when you're the head coach in this game, you also go out and sign players, and I'm not letting the computer control everything, though. That would be a very, very cool idea for a franchise mode, just like you only actually be like the head coach, and like you can have some input with hiring players, but basically like a GM does it. Anyway, we're set to kick off. I don't know if we were kicking off beforehand, but we're 100% kicking off now, as Anger gets this one underway here in week 5, as this will be through the uprights and a touchback. You thought I was going to say in field goal, but no, it is touchback, as Gardner Minshew now takes on the field. He has 8 touchdowns, 4 picks in this year, 1,138 yards here for Jacksonville, who's currently sitting with the 1-3 record here in the AFC South. That is good for third in the AFC South, right ahead of us, as we are 0-4. Has not been a good start for this team without DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, to be fair, they're playing solid football without DeAndre Hopkins. It's not like Watson is under terrible passing, as Gardner Minshew will start this off with a 6-yard reception there to his back in Cedric Thompson. Thompson getting the call after Leonard Fournette was cut. Fournette had a lot of off-field issues, whether it's work ethic or other stuff, as this will be a quick throw there to the tight end, and I believe Tyler Eifert picking up another 6 and the Jacksonville first down. Anyway, as I was saying, Cedric Thompson is the lead back, along with, I believe, Richardson, as Thompson will break a tackle there, but will be wrapped up for a loss of 1. Robinson, excuse me. I don't know if I said Robinson or not, but Cedric Thompson, he is the back, along with Cedric Thompson. Thompson more of the receiving back here for Jacksonville, as Thompson gets a nice little hold there, as Justin Reed misses a tackle off a spin move. Roby is stiff-armed, as what a run there by Robinson. 2 carries, 40 yards, as he spun out of another tackle, then just completely missed. That's honestly what I get for switching, but it is what it is. This will be a quick throw and a quick touchdown there. That is DJ Chark, as he beats the corner. I believe that was Bradley Roby in zone coverage there, so it wasn't really anyone guarding him. But he threads through the zone, as that will be the first touchdown of the game. A quick 5-play, 74-yard drive for 2 minutes and 5 seconds here for Jacksonville. As I believe this is Josh Lambo. It is indeed Josh Lambo kicking this one off. Randall Cobb at about the goal line will indeed return it. He will take it to about the 24-yard line. 1-yard tries now will take you to Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. Highlighted by Deshaun Watson, 1,092 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks this year. Not as good as what he probably would have had if he did have DeAndre Hopkins, but he does not, so you have to make with what you do have. So he'll be running a pistol offense right now. Duke Johnson Jr. back there in the backfield. This will indeed be a give there to Duke Johnson, and Duke Johnson's not getting anything there. He'll actually lose a yard. This will bring up second 11. Titus Howard is down on the field with an injury, meaning the backup right tackle coming in as Deshaun Watson takes the snap. Watson under pressure. Watson looks and will throw it there to Randall Cobb, who will pick up 2. Randall Cobb looking to revitalize his career. He's just fallen off every year after 2014, especially dealing with injuries. Remember, Jordan Akins is going to start today here at tight end, as it is now a 3rd and 9. Deshaun Watson takes snap. Watson rolling out to his right. Watson's going to have to take off himself. He picks up the first down, and more is out of the 36-yard line. That's a 10-yard carry there for Deshaun Watson, as Titus Howard should be able to return soon. He actually will come back in after this play. He does have a little bit of a shoulder injury. However, he should be okay, as Watson now will hand this one off to Duke Johnson, as Duke Johnson's getting the majority of the carries here to start. He has 2 carries now for 7 yards. A pretty solid carry there for Duke. Cobb slot right, as Watson will send Will Fuller in motion. Watson will look Fuller's way. He will make his first catch there, brought down at the 50. That is a 6-yard gain there for Will Fuller. Will Fuller looking to be the #1 target. Looking to fill the role of DeAndre Hopkins. He also is in a contract year, as this will be a nice 3-yard carry there for Duke Johnson. Like I was saying though, Fuller is looking to slide in as the #1 option, being behind, or being now that DeAndre Hopkins is gone, as Watson drops back to pass, and Watson's will look to Brandon Cooks, who will make the quick catch on the slant for first down. Watson starting off 3 for 3 on the day for 17 yards. Tedrick Thompson on the tackle, filling in for an injury, as Duke Johnson now will take off, pick up 2, 4 carries, 12 yards here for Duke Johnson Jr., the former Cleveland Browns running back, who is getting a second chance here with the Texans. Deshaun Watson now 2nd and 8. Watson drops back to take the snap. Watson looks over the middle. Very, very incomplete. Intended there for Brandon Cooks. Just completely overthrew him. This will be a 3rd and 8. Now, Cobb, what am I saying? Cobb, slot left. As Watson will look and will find Kenny Stills there. And Kenny Stills, potentially a forgotten receiver here on the Texans, picks up a big play there, 22-yard, or right after catch, I should say. That is a big reception now there. For Cobb, as Watson takes the snap, he looks and will find the tight end there. Jordan Akins, he picks up 3. There is one thing I want to do real quick. Want to swap out something real quick. 2nd and goal now here for the Texans, as Watson is looking, corner intended for Daniel Fells, incomplete. Now just before I do forget that he's in there, I'll swap him back in. Yeah, there you go. Alright, now incomplete, as it was a fade to Daniel Fells. As I'm saying, I do want to get my auto subs correct, or not auto subs, like my manual subs incorrect. This will be now a 3rd and goal here for the Texans, as Watson will give this one. Duke Johnson has nowhere to go. This O-line cannot hold up. Remember, this O-line is very weak outside of Laramie Tunsil. As the 4th and goal now, Kaim Fairborn is going to have to kick this one away, in which he does, or kick field goal, excuse me, sorry. It is currently 11:07 where I am at night, and I've been up since 6:30 in the morning. So commentary might be a little bit off, but bear with me, as this will be a kick off now officially by Brian Anger, touchback. 2:43 remaining here in the first quarter. Jacksonville 7, Texans 3. It's Gardner Minshew now to start second drive here, as Minshew will hand this one off, as cutting it inside is Cedric Thompson. So he will pick up 6 on his first carry there. Bring up second and forward. That was a nice juke there by Cedric Thompson to work around what he needed to. This will be a quick pass there to the tight end, Tyler Eifert, picking up first down. Minshew starting off 4 for 4, 40 yards and a touchdown here for Jacksonville. As Thompson to the right and shotgun of Minshew, as this will be a handoff there to Thompson. Thompson has a huge hole, and Thompson will be pushed out of bounds there at the 38. A big 24-yard run there by Cedric Thompson, picking up a Jacksonville first down, and is now out at the 48. As Thompson now will hand this one off, as it will be tackled there by Merciless. Thompson picks up 5 more, just providing great run to use. That was actually Scarlett on the tackles. This will be another handoff. Big tackle there by Bernardic McKinney to make this one a 3rd and 2. Minshew now sends Eifert in motion to the right. This will be a give to Cedric Thompson, and Whitney Merciless off the edge wraps him up and stops Thompson, as this will now be a 4th and 2. However, that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Jacksonville 7, Texans 3. Jacksonville now will be on to attempt the field goal. Josh Lambo will kick this one, and it will go through the uprights right through the middle. 10-3. Jacksonville extends their lead now to fully a touchdown. I mean, it was a touchdown, but now it's a 7-point lead, as Randall Cobb will return this back into the end zone, as he will be down at the 22. So decent return there for Randall Cobb, as he has 24 yards per return, as Duke Johnson Jr. continues to be the #1 man here. Johnson takes a snap and will send his man in motion, as Watson tries to look that way. However, he will be sacked. That's DJ Hayden off the cornerback blitz. No one picked him up. Watson tried to dump it off in time because he read him, but he read him a little bit too late, and he has to eat it over DJ Hayden. I want Duke Johnson to be the one that I'm running back, because Duke Johnson is going to be getting a lot of reps, considering we do run a lot of shotgun. I do see. But on the 2nd and 17, Watson now rolling out on the run. It is broken up, intended there for, I believe, Randall Cobb. This one now will be a long 3rd and 17, as Duke Johnson Jr. and David Johnson is in the game. As Watson tries to look over the top, intended there for Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, excuse me, incomplete. This will bring up now 4th and 17. Brian Anger on to punt for the first time today. He boots this one deep. Be returnable by Westbrook, and he's just going to be hit at the 41 and brought down by this Texans punt coverage team. On this 1st and 10 play, Minshew takes the snap. And just give Thompson working through the hole there, and Cedric Thompson is just running through this Texans team, which is completely struggling right now. I am not personally a fan of 3-4-Ds, but this team right now is built for a 3-4-D. Gonna have to think about doing a switch in the offseason, as Minshew now takes the snap. Minshew looks and will find Tyler Eifert. That's not Eifert. That's actually O'Shaughnessy, I think. I believe that was O'Shaughnessy on the reception. Oh no, that was Eifert. Eifert is 88. Never mind. Thought it was different numbers. This will be Cedric Thompson on the carry there, brought down at to 32 after a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now for the Texans, or for the Jaguars, excuse me. This now will be a handoff to Cedric Thompson. He's blown up the middle. Bernard McKinney, that was a great play there by Zach Cunningham to cut off one hole that Thompson did want to hit. This now will bring up a 3rd and 8. Minshew takes the snap. Minshew looks. He will try to find Keelan Cole there, broken up Bradley Roby, as Josh Lambo now be on to attempt yet another field goal. This one about a 48-yarder, as the extra point is up once again, and it is good. 13 to 3. I don't know why I just said 31. 13 to 3. As Cobb will let this one go to the back of the end zone, ball to 25. As the Texans will take over with 6:50 remaining. This is an offense that went 3 and out last drive. This will be a give. David Johnson's going absolutely nowhere, down at the 22. That's a loss of 3 for David Johnson on his first carry here in this franchise. On the 2nd and 13 now, Deshaun Watson calling out audibles. Watson takes the snap. Watson will look to his tight end. That's Jordan Akins there on the catch, brought down at the 31. Watson starting off this game 6 for 10, exactly 60 yards. Akins now with the 2nd catch for 16 yards, as Watson will take the snap, and he will find Duke Johnson Jr. there, taking up the 1st down and more. He's down at the 6. A big play there by the running back to pick up the reception. I have a feeling we're going to see him do that a lot this year, as on the 1st and 10 play now. This will be a handoff there. David Johnson, excuse me, picking up 2. He now has 2 carries for -1 yards. Just 1 yard shy from being even again. This will be Watson now. Watson's going to have to check it down there to David Johnson. Luckily, David Johnson can also catch it. He will pick up 1 on the check down. Or apparently he lost 1. I don't know how, but he gained 1. He gained 1 on the 1st down marker, but he lost 1 on the stat sheet, as Watson's going to be taking a shot deep. That one is picked off. I believe that's Tedrick Thompson on it. That is not Tedrick Thompson. That's someone else. Who made that pick? Justin Wilson made the pick. Or Jay Wilson, I should say, at least made the pick. That was a big interception. He trusted Akins deep. The tight end just couldn't come up to make the play. And times that will be 1st and 10. As then now, trying to set up the screen. It's a turnover, right back. J.J. Watt with the strip sack there on Gardner Minshew as they tried to set up the screen. Minshew couldn't hold on to the football. As the strip sack will give it right back here to the Texans at the 25. So Deshaun Watson now will hand this one off. David Johnson will break 1, brought down to 24. He gains 1 yard. On the 2nd line, David Johnson still remains in the game here on the 2nd and 9 play. Watson under pressure. Watson getting off. That's a good catch there. Will Fuller. Will Fuller making the catch and coverage, bring up the 1st and goal now. That was a very, very tough catch. Two catches now for 20 yards, as David Johnson then will carry. This one will pick up 4. Here for the Texans. All of a sudden, the Texans now have a 2nd and goal. They'll drive it down the field. Duke Johnson checks in here for the 1st time this drive. Watson takes the snap. Randall Cobb puts the ball on the turf. Watson 9 for 15, 81 yards, and the pick today. Watson now rolling out to his right. Watson looking for Cobb, incomplete. Broken up there, TJ Hayden and CJ Henderson, as this red zone offense will not be able to score a touchdown. Fairborn once again with the field goal, 13-6. So Joseph James in his first career game, playing it smart right now, just kicking to get the points. As Anger now kicks this one to Jacksonville, as Zach Cunningham completely pops him, as he'll be down to 23 there. That was a nice return there for Scott. He got popped. This now will be a handoff there to Tetrick Thompson, who breaks through a hole and he falls after a 9-yard game. So that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Jacksonville 13, Texans 6. As there are now 2 minutes until the half. Second and 2 play. Minshew takes the snap. He looks and he will find his tight end there, and I believe O'Shaughnessy for the first down reception, as once again Minshew looks and he's picked off there by the linebacker Zach Cunningham. That's